Welcome to Flow. Let's get started. Today we'll be starting in a wide-kneed child's pose. Bring your big toes together, open your knees, and then crawl your fingertips out long in front of you. Bring your torso heavy towards the mat, and let your hips sink heavy towards your heels. Start to find your breath. With every inhale, allow your ribs to expand to the side. And with every exhale, feel your hips sink a little heavier towards your heels. Start to allow every breath to become longer in each direction. From your child's pose, slowly move yourself through an all-fours tabletop position. Flip your toes and move to downward facing dog. In your first downward facing dog, take a little bit of movement, maybe pedal through your feet or find some movement through your head, your neck, your face. And then find a neutral shape. Energize your heels towards the ground, press your armpits towards your big toes. On an inhale, lift your right leg up and then bend your right knee, open your hip. You can stay here. If there's any small or big movement you'd like to take with your right leg, you can find that. On your next inhale, straighten your right leg and then step your right foot between your hands. Lower your back knee down towards your mat and then bring your arms up. Feel this nice stretch through the front of your left hip flexor. Make sure that your right knee is stacked right over your front right ankle. Breathe into the space that you're creating here. And now bring your hands down to frame your right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left high plank position. Pause here. 3 big breaths. Energize through the crown of your head. Energize out of your heels. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up. We take this on the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. And then bend your knee, open your hip. Option to move around or maybe just stay in that open hip position. On your next inhale, extend your left leg straight and then step your left foot between your hands. Gently lower your back knee down towards the mat and slowly rise yourself up. Lift your arms to frame your face. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe into the length of your spine, the length of your waist. And then slowly release. Bring your hands down to frame your left foot. Step your left foot back to a high plank. 3 breaths here. We start to find a little more heat in your core. After your 3 breaths, you'll move to downward facing dog, and we're going to start to move through a sequence. This will be an energizing sequence. From your downward facing dog, lift your right leg up into the air. Step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Now from here, you're going to scissor switch, press into your hands and switch. So it's a little hop, so your left foot is forward. We do this 4 times total. So on your 4th time, the right leg will end up in front again, and then bring yourself up to a high crescent lunge. Now this high crescent lunge will become a moving exercise. You'll bend your back knee and shift all of your weight forward onto your front right foot. Simultaneously, you'll pull your right elbow across to your left knee and then send it back into this lunge. Find this twist the opposite way. We do this 5 times total. So from that lunge, press yourself up onto your right foot. Find this rotation and activation through your core and through your oblique. Move with breath here. Find control as you send your foot back behind you. And then on your 6th time, keep your left knee up, reach your arms up, bring your foot down, chair pose. From this chair pose, we're moving into something called a half chair. Zip your legs together and then try to keep your spine nice and long as you tip your torso forward. And then you'll lift your torso, peel your rib cage like 4 inches away from your thighs, and then lower back down. We take this 5 times total. Try to keep your hips low. Isolate just your torso so you're only lifting and lowering through your ribs. After your 5th time, stand all the way up. Find a small back bend. And then slowly release yourself. Hands to heart center, forward fold. From your forward fold, step your feet back, high plank. 5 slow crossing mountain climbers, starting with either leg. Bring your opposite knee to your opposite tricep, 5 times. After your 5th time, pike your hips up, downward facing dog, left side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Step your left foot between your hands. Now place your hands, maybe you want to tent through your fingertips and then start to find this switch lunge. So your right foot is in front and then switch. So you really have to use your core to lift your body up and switch your feet. 4 times, left foot lands in front, lift yourself up, high crescent lunge. We're about to come into this balance twist series. Bend through your back knee and then shift your weight forward towards your left foot and pull your right knee up as your left elbow comes across towards your left knee. We take this 5 times total. Nice strong goal post through the arms. Try to rotate through your torso, not just the arms, but your torso as well. After your 5th go around, stay up, reach your arms up, chair pose, feet together, send your hips back, pull your shoulders away from your ears, and now lower your torso towards your thighs for half chair. Try to keep your hips as low as you can and then peel your ribs 4 inches away from the thighs and then lower. And then we just repeat this with breath. 5 times total. Try to keep your hips low. Try to keep your hips still. Zip your inner thighs together. I know you feel this working through the middle back. After your 5th time, come to stand, straighten your legs, and find a back bend, just a moment of relief. And on your exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold, bring yourself through. Step your feet back, high plank. 5 slow crossing mountain climbers. Try to use your oblique to pull your knee to your opposite tricep. From plank, press to downward facing dog, and we repeat twice more each side. Inhale, lift your right leg, right foot through. 4 lunges. Now, if these hops aren't working for you, you can just find a step. After the 4, lift yourself up. We're gonna move a little bit quicker now. Bend through your back knee and find your balance and twist. We try to move 1 breath, 1 movement to build a little more heat in the body. This is a full body warm-up. Always feeling tall through the back of the neck, through the spine. On your 6th go around, lift your knee, arms lift up, chair pose, bring your feet together, bring your torso down, and 5 times we go half chair and lift. We find the strength in the middle and upper back. Feel your ribs knit together. Try not to let your ribs splay too much. After your 5th time, find some relief. Stand all the way up and find a small back bend. Forward fold, bring your hands to heart center, release. Bring your hands down, high plank. 5 slow crossing mountain climbers. Pull your knee to your opposite tricep. Use your breath, use your exhale to help you. After your 5th time, downward facing dog, lift your hips, left side right away. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Step your left foot between your hands, and we start with these hop lunges. If the hop is not working for you, just step it back and step it forward. After your 4th time, high crescent lunge, we move right away. Bend through your back knee, launch yourself upright. Find this twist, elbow to knee. See if you can find more rotation through the torso. So it's not just about the arms, it's about the back, and it's about the core. On your 6th time, hold your right knee up. Reach your arms up, chair pose. Feet come together, send your hips back. Half chair, lower your torso. And now start to move up and down. As you move, it's getting more challenging. Try to keep your hips low and still. Zipper your inner thighs together. After your 5th time, find some sweet relief. Straighten through your legs and find a back bend. Open towards your ceiling. Bring your hands to heart center, forward folds. Step your feet back, high plank. 5 slow crossing mountain climbers. Use your breath to help you. After your 5th, downward facing dog. Last go around here. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Step your right foot between your hands. Option to tent on your fingertips if that makes this easier. Find your switch hops or your step. 4 times. Last time, right foot ends in front. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Bend your back knee, launch yourself upright, find your twist. Pull your left knee towards your right elbow. Try to get them to connect even closer. Find that rotation and that work through your core. On your 6th go around, keep your left knee up, reach your arms up overhead. Chair pose, bring your feet together, send your hips back. Half chair, lower the torso. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Try to keep your hips as low as you can. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. After your 5th go around, sweet relief, straighten through your legs and find a nice back bend here. Bloom your heart open. Exhale, forward fold, hands to heart center. Bring your hands down, step your feet back, find your high plank. 5 slow crossing mountain climbers with breath. We've got one more side, you've got it. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Step your left foot between your hands. Option a tent up on your fingers, and we take 4 switch lunges. Take your own version of this. Left foot lands in front, high crescent lunge. Soften through your back knee, launch yourself all the way up and towards your left foot, find your twist. Left elbow, right knee, and then bring it back. Last time here, if you're feeling fatigued, try to stick with it. The shift of weight with the twist is very challenging, but it's a really good way to train. Without even really thinking about it, we do this a lot on stage, whether you're dancing or just walking around. We're always switching directions. 6th time, find your chair pose. Bring your right foot down, send your hips back. Move to half chair. And then take this variation 5 times. Try to keep your hips still as you can keep them. Zipper the inner thighs together. Last one of these, stick with it, you've got it. On your last one, stand all the way up, blossom open through your heart space, find a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, bring your hands to heart center. Bring your hands down, step your feet back, 5 crossing mountain climbers, you've got it here. Slow mountain climbers. Last set, make it your best set. Downward facing dog. Give yourself a few breaths in your downward facing dog. And then gently lower your knees down towards the ground and swing your legs around and in front of you. We're coming to sit on the back for one final set of bicycle crunches. Bring your legs up to a tabletop position so your knees are stacked right over your hips. Your ankles extend straight from your knees. Bring your hands behind your head. Your elbows are wide. And then lift your torso and start to pull your opposite elbow towards your opposite knee. Now, instead of bringing your knee towards your chest, bring your knee back towards that tabletop position. Try to keep your ankle lifted. We're here for 30 seconds. This entire time, try to keep your shoulder blades up off the ground and try to keep your elbows as wide as you can. Use your breath to help you. This is our final push for the series. And now slowly release. Bring yourself all the way down. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And then extend your left leg long as you pull your right knee in. And we move into a spinal twist. So your right knee will go over towards the left. Option to stay there. If you want an additional quad stretch, you can bend your left knee and catch that foot. And then slowly come back to center. Pull your right knee in once more. And we'll switch sides from here. Pull your left knee in, extend your right leg long. And now take your left knee across your body. Bring your gaze over towards the left. Option to stay or option to maybe bend your bottom knee and catch your foot. If you're taking that variation, really try to press your foot into your hand. And then slowly bring yourself back to center. Pull your left knee back in towards your chest. And then bring your right knee up to meet it. Bring your hands behind your thighs and rock and roll yourself up to an upright sitting position. Bring your ankles to cross. Bring your hands to rest on your knees with your palms down or up. Allow your eyes to close and come back to the breath that we established at the beginning of the sequence. Thank you for joining us. And that's your flow.